walked in New York Fashion Week. That's like pretty. But even when you don't walk in New York Fashion Week, you know, if you get into the habit of like pulling out of yesterday, like what was the thing that most impacted me, and you don't know, sometimes it's like I just walked down the street and, you know, this girl like smiled at me, and it just reminded me that like people like me, you know. That can be like the most impactful thing, because it changes your state.
And I think we can make things, for example, if I'm at home and I kind of little blue, little sad, it's like, oh, I need to buy some flowers. Then, you know, I go there to buy some flowers, and I see the flowers, and it's like, okay, so I'm going to yellow, or I'm going to pink, and what mood I want to be, and then I put the flowers near to my bed. Just, I look at the flowers before I go to sleep, and make me smile, and then I sleep so nice, just because I know, you know.
Or you're at the store, or you're at the store picking which flower to get, and then there's a person also here in the same aisle as you, and you were having the most wonderful conversation, and then that's why you picked that color, and then at home, about to go to sleep, you're looking at the flowers, and you always will remember that person who helped you pick out that
the
color.
The flower, yeah, the color.
Like
of
that right there is creating a moment.
Yeah.
But of authenticity, like for that to be the most impactful thing of your day, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, completely. Yeah. You know what I'm saying as well. It's sometimes you have days that you go to New York in Fashion Week. That is very important, and it's amazing. But have some days that you just go there to buy some flowers, and it's also so important, and it's also make you happy. So it's little things every single day. So sometimes the one I feel quite proud of myself, like you are saying, is that day you are at home and you're tired, and you're like, oh, I'm going to watch Netflix, I'm going to be in bed, oh, I deserve. It's like, no, I'm going to the gym. Then I don't want to go to the gym, but I go. And then when I arrive home or when I'm in the gym, it's like, I'm so proud of myself. The bed didn't win, the comfort zone didn't win, that I step up my game, and I'm feeling good, and you know, I'm healthier. And it's just, you know, you get proud of the things we achieve, and that push us always a little more than to leave the comfort zone, I would say.
You know what's so interesting about what you're saying is that so often as people we get caught up in what we want. And we think like this idea of what I want means something, or is like important. But what you just described is actually, don't we, when we do what we don't want, don't we actually find that more happiness?
Yeah, it's true. Completely agree with that. And today, for example, I was with Mariana and New York, and very tired. We're going to have lunch. Said, oh, let's go to that restaurant that we went another day to have something quick. And I was like, oh, this is the example of the comfort zone. We are tired, we want something quick, and then what you do, you go for the thing that you recognize that is familiar, that is quick. Your mind doesn't need to search for solutions. If I order something that I don't like, or if it's expensive, if it's not accessible, it's just you go automatic. And there sometimes you end up going to the same restaurant, to the same pubs, to the same place, every time, because it's much easier than to face the different and change. And I said to Mariana, I was like, we don't realize that, but I said to her, stop and let's realize that we are in Soho in New York. We have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 restaurants here around us that you can go, and we are going to stay here 3-4 days, and then you're going to the same restaurant twice. It's just like, why? You know, it's just go around and find. And she said like, oh yeah, you are right. You shouldn't go to the same restaurant again. You know, we have so much to try, so many things, and why are you going to come back to the same? And I was like, yeah, because we go to this automatic thing, and we keep driving, and we don't know where you're going to end up. Even that probably you're going to end up always at the same place because you're doing the same thing.
Yep.
And if you want different results, what you need to do? Different things, you know.
Yeah, take a different action.
I want to start a hashtag. If I say, what's your stroke of a life? You know, what would be your stroke of a life where you realize, as you have your stroke of genius, that you had, what can you say this, that it probably is the same thing, you know, because what would be the glimpse you had in your life where you
Their stroke of genius?
your stroke of genius.
The glimpse and what's the glimpse like of?
Yeah, something that you could say your life was before and after.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Something that just came to my mind.
Yeah.
Before my stroke, it was after school, and we would play basketball after school, and my mom was the teacher at that school, and I was in 5th grade. Like, this was right before my stroke. And these 2 kids were beating on, you know, someone with MS. Stefan.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, I was like, dude, like, that is not right. Like, and it was the first thing, it was just an instinct about running out and beating those 2 kids up. Like, because it was not cool what they were doing, and pushing them down, and it was absolutely unacceptable.
You're 11.
Yeah, right before my stroke. And it was then that I knew, like, I felt something, and kind of a glimpse, what you were saying. And it was just a glimpse because, 1, I've never done that. 2, I don't know where I would, you know, I never came across anything like that. But I just knew it was the right thing to do. And, you know, at that time. And then that stroke happened, and then that was, you know, the story from there.
Do you see your stroke as a bad or a good thing?
Oh, good thing. I would have grown up to be a cocky jock, you know, and a tough guy, you know, getting all the ladies, you know, and
That sounds terrible.
yeah. And I really don't know where I would be. Like, I could have maybe played college sports, I don't know, but, you know, it was leading that way. But I you know, it just, I've said this before.
You think?
Like, it's very I take a look at my life now, you know, ever since StrokeofGenius, and I realize everything that happened was supposed to happen. Because that built my story to get where I am now, to tell other people's story and use my story to inspire, empower other people in that same situation I used to be in 15, 20, 10 years ago. But it's not just a helping hand. It's actually a platform of videos of other people, who overcame tremendous odds. So, and I love the fact that it isn't just about me and being, the face of the brand, but just highlighting everyone. Because it is about everyone. It isn't just about me. Like, I had a stroke, so did a million other people. Like, and with amazing stories. So, like...
and I think if we can share not only those stories of triumph, but also if we can share that sentiment of like what if everybody lived like that? Like, it's not just about me. It's about other people's stories. Like, if you just lived like that, if everyone lived like it's not just about me, then no one would ever have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's like amazing how you look at that.
It's amazing that the sun is building in your
I know.
face in here.
Yeah.
But no, it feels so nice.
That's pretty wild.
It's
It's
like
reflecting
1 degree,
off-
but it feels that it's
It's so bright.
must show you guys that.
Yeah. I wonder if it's. I looked at it and now my eyes like are.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's messing
You
up our
can't.
faces.
It is.
No,
It
but
is.
it's going to be white. But I mean,
See.
yeah.
But it's okay.
It's okay.
But we
But
can
it's
go-
crazy because
We
it's
can go
like,
like,
you know what it is?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
one
it's
of those.
really nice stuff.
Yeah, but
It's
I
one of
like,
those,
It's
It's one of those new buildings.
I'm going to
in-
show. I'm going to show you guys.
It's one of the new buildings in the Hudson Yards project.
So what we are seeing here. So this is the view. Come on.
And we are back.
And we are back after this amazing light.
So I wanna ask you some stuff.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's my time. It's make our own video if you want to ask me something.
I want to ask a question first.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wait, you wanna ask a question too?
Yeah.
You wanna ask me a question?
okay, well, I'll ask later. No, not you. Samantha.
Me.
I already know
Okay.
everything about you.
Okay, Samantha, what do you want to ask us?
So when did you guys met?
I guess we met maybe like a couple of years ago, maybe like not 5 years. Has it been like 5 years?
5 years, 33 days.
2 hours.
Yeah, we met a number of years ago, and we only started really working together like hardcore last year.
Mm-hmm.
You
No,
guys
a
are
year and
so
a half
hard.
ago.
Yeah, about a year and a half ago. Yeah.
Mhm.
2 hours.
Yeah.
And okay, you guys traveled together for how many places?
We went to 14 cities.
Yeah.
Kyle?
How many days?
No.
I don't know.
Oh, you must have numbers.
Cities.
Okay, let's
14
see.
stops on the road trip.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. In
How many days?
in
We
14
gotta-
days. I
We
think.
gotta calculate that, man.
Yeah, I think we went
You
to 14,
should.
14 in 14 days, basically.
Yeah.
And
We had 19. No, we had 9 like subjects.
That we filmed across America, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So tell us few glimpses, the nice things and bad things. Okay.